Well, hello. I know I've been quiet for several weeks. My insurance policy is up for renewal, and the insurance provider requested that I conduct a self-survey inspection. It's a 5-page document, and I'm going to run through these in order, and we'll go look at each item as we go. Do you have an adequate number of appropriate PFDs for the waters you navigate? Is the vessel used in charter, or do you have Type 1 PFDs? I'm going to say not applicable. Are PFD material, straps, clasps, and buckles in good condition? Yes. When underway, are PFDs accessible on deck or in the cockpit locker? Yes. We typically keep a package up in the forward V-berth. We have another set of PFDs up in the flying bridge locker. And then we usually have a few vests that we wear on the dinghy hanging in the main salon. Do you carry a readily available life ring, throwable PFD, or horseshoe fitted with 60 feet of floating line when underway? I have a throwable PFD, Coast Guard approved, in the flying bridge locker. If you navigate at night, do you have a suitable light attached to your life ring, horseshoe, or throwable PFD? No, I don't. Although we do have on each of our vest PFDs, those do have a strobe light that activates when it gets wet. Do you have an automatic fixed fire extinguishing system in your machinery space properly installed to manufacturer's specifications? No. Is the automatic system fixed and serviced and tagged annually? Not applicable. Are portable fire extinguishers located near all exits, galley area, and outside the engine compartment? Yes. We have one in the V-berth, one under the helm chair, which is across from the galley, one in the aft cabin, and a larger bottle in the flying bridge locker. 4 total. Do you carry a sufficient number of flares with current expiration dates? Yes. Is your anchor of proper size, fitted with a length of chain of ample size and rode for the area of operation? They spelled road incorrectly. Yes. Is anchor stowed for easy deployment? He sure is. Are anchor shackles safety wired? Yes. Does the anchor windlass operate properly? Yes. Is the first aid kit replenished annually or as needed? Yes. Is the life raft currently applicable? Is the life raft currently certified? Not applicable. We're a coastal boat and we have a tender. Is the vessel equipped with a UL carbon monoxide detector? Yes. Is the vessel equipped with operational smoke detector? Yes. Moving on to nav equipment. Is the equipment operable and adequate for the area of operation? Yes. Are horn and navigation lights operational? Yes. Is the magnetic compass globe transparent without air bubbles? Yes. Deviation checked and recorded? No, not recently. Radar make and model, GPS make and model, chart plotter make and model, VHF make and model, depth finder make and model. Are charts current and appropriate for intended navigation area? Yes. Bilge pumps. Is there an adequate number on board and are they properly located? Yes, I have 2 in the low point of the bilge. One is just forward of the engine, that's the primary, with an automatic float switch. And then I installed a secondary bilge up in the V-berth. It's positioned a bit higher. And you can actually refer to my video from the past on installing that second bilge pump. At least one of them automatic? Yes, they're both automatic. Are bilges free of debris and loose items? Yes. Are bilge pump pickups clear of debris? Yes. Anti-siphon valves checked and cleaned. I think the only one I have is for the genset. I'll have to look down there. I'm not even sure I have any. I had to refer back to the rule bilge pump installation instructions because I couldn't remember. But my 2 bilges pumps do not have vented loops, and they aren't required because at the maximum heel angle, my through hulls for the bilge pumps are greater than 12 inches above the waterline. So you only need a vented loop in circumstances where the through hull is less than 12 inches, 30 centimeters at max heel. And I believe that's also an ABYC standard, but I don't have that book. I can borrow one from my neighbor to check, but I don't know, maybe someone out there who's watching has got access to the documentation from ABYC and can shoot me an email and let me know. Are fuses the proper size for a pump? Yes. Is high water alarm installed and operable? Yes. If gasoline, that's not applicable. Are engine mounts in good condition and lock nut washers in place? Nuts tight? Yes, yes, yes. Are engines and generators checked annually by a marine mechanic? No. I'm my own mechanic. Has your engines been completely rebuilt? If so, when? Yeah, the genset was rebuilt, and I'll have to look in the logbook, and you can refer to my series of videos on having the Kubota engine rebuilt. Are there any fuel, water, or oil leaks? No. Are all belts tight, in good condition, and shielded from personal contact? I'm going to go with yes, yes, and yes. Shielded from personal contact. I mean, I don't have a cover over the main engine belt, but then again, someone wouldn't be down there when underway with the engine running. So I'm going to just consider that all a yes. Are all through-hull valves equipped with handles in good condition and working freely? Yeah, yes and no. Okay, so all of my through hulls that are below the water line are fully operable and properly maintained. However, my through hulls that are above the water line, specifically for the galley sinks and the shower sump, those have been seized. They just need to be broken down and lubed and put back together, basic service. I just have never gotten around to that because I got to remove batteries on the port side, and on the starboard side I have to pull the water heater. Are spare parts and a toolkit aboard? Yes. Does steering gear operate smoothly and freely? Yes, and I actually replaced the entire steering system. Lines, pumps, cylinder, mounting brackets. You can refer to a previous video on that topic. If cable steering, well, that's not applicable. If hydraulic system is fluid level full and indicating proper pressure, are cylinders and reservoirs free from leaks? Yes. Are rudder bearings and supports in good condition? Yes. Are packing glands and stuffing boxes properly adjusted? Yes, and you can, for the rudder, refer to my previous video on replacing the packing and tightening down to stop a leak. Are stern tubes and hoses in good condition and double clamped at each end? Yes. Are rudders, props, and shafts inspected for damage? Yes, we did that on my last haul, and anytime we go out to Catalina, I swim under the boat and take a look. Cutlass bearings checked for wear. Yes, at our last haul, which was August 2018, the yard checked the cutlass for me, and it was in operable condition. Does shaft turn freely? Yes, it does, as of the last time I dove on the boat a couple months ago. Are prop nuts tight and cotter keyed? Yes and yes, same thing. Whenever I dive on the boat, I take a look. Are rubber bellows and rubber shift cable boot in good condition? Yeah, that all looks pretty good. That is actually on my list of things to replace because I don't know the age of my engine and transmission cables. And if we're going to continue to run this boat for a few more years, I would replace those soon. I don't ever want to be in a situation where a cable breaks on me while I'm trying to moor or dock. Is there proper grounding for fuel tanks to hull ground? Yes, and they're steel tanks. Are fuel fill and fuel vent hoses U.S. Coast Guard approved material and in good condition? Okay, so that's an interesting one. The fill lines are. The vent line on the starboard side is not Coast Guard approved hose material. However, I can't get in there to replace it without cutting the boat open, so I'm not going to get into that. Are fuel supply hoses marked U.S. Coast Guard Type A or A2? It's copper. Are all connections free of leaks? Yes. Are tanks clean with no evidence of leaks? Yes. Are shutoff valves at tanks and engines easily operable and the proper type for the fuel? Yes. Are tank hold downs in good condition and tanks secure? Yes. Is tanks properly supported, allowing air circulation beneath? I'll have to poke my head under there, but yes. Are the fuel tanks original? Yes. Are filters of approved type for marine use, no glass bowls or plastic automotive type? Yes, it's a Raycor, and the bowl is, I mean, I don't know, it's a plastic bowl, and it's the old type, not the new one with the metal catch, drip pan underneath, but yeah, whatever, I'm going to say yes on that. Is vessel equipped with vapor detector if gas not applicable? If vessel is diesel powered and has large Raycor or Dahl fuel filters, do they have a metal flame shields? Ah, that's the thing. No. Is there an operational bilge blower with switch at the helm station if gasoline powered? Not applicable. Is bilge blower not applicable? Is stove mounted away from flammable materials? Yes. Is stove fitted with C-rails? No. Do you have any permanently installed propane LPG, compressed gas CNG? Are LPG tanks secured in the locker and vented overboard with no openings into the hull area? Yes, up in the flying bridge locker, which is vented. It's a couple inches up at the louver doors to that locker. And then the cylinder is in a molded FRP container, I guess you call it. Is there a means of shutting off the gas at the tank from the immediate vicinity of the stove? Solenoid switch? Yes. Do you keep the tank valve in the off position when not in use? Yes. Is there a gauge on the high pressure side to check for leaks? Yes. Is the system checked periodically for leaks? Yeah, sure. Do you stow CNG cylinders away from the galley stove and engine compartment? Yes, I have some cylinders up in the little 1 gallon or 1 pound, what do they call it, 1 gallon, for a little Mr. Buddy heater. Those are up in the flying bridge locker. Is the CNG relief vent piped overboard? I mean, no, it just, I guess it vents into the flying bridge locker. Are all hoses and piping in good condition? Yes. Are deck non-skid surfaces in good condition? Yes. Are grab rail stanchions and lifelines in good and secure condition? Yes. Mast, sails, and rigging. Okay, so I'm not a sailing vessel, so I'll just skip to the next section. Exterior photos required. Distance shot showing your vessel and the surrounding docks and moorings. Port side, starboard side, stern view. I think I'm going to be lazy and skip the stern view. Well, I don't want to put the dinghy in the water and deal with that today, so I don't know. I'll shoot something. Hull ID, vessel shore power receptacle cord, plugged, cap open, showing, yeah. You can see one of my early videos on replacing that cable and connector. Steering station helm on bridges or in cockpit. Electronics at helm station, PFDs if stowed in deck locker. Interior main cabin. Inside helm station and electronics, galley, engines, generator, fire extinguishers. Bilges and engine space showing auto bilge pump, fuel tank, hose from fuel fill to tank if visible. Yeah, it's not visible. You're not getting it, sorry. Battery storage with tops of batteries showing, PFDs if stowed below deck. All right, that wraps it up. Man, now, okay, that was 17 minutes just to read through this document. All right, I got the main engine and the generator running. Let's give her a little exercise, 15, 20 minutes before I head out. Put a little load on the engine. Yeah, we're all clear. I just walked back there and checked. Oh, so here's an issue. Forward of the forward bilge pump. So my shower sump is right under that hatch on the forward end. Underneath the shower sump and then forward in the bilge this direction, which is totally dry. I didn't realize this until I took that photo with a flash of the bilge, but I got some like moldy stuff growing down there, which that's new, or at least I haven't had my head down there. It's probably been a year, so I would say new in the past year. Anyway, I need some advice. How do I clean that up? I don't want to just, I've read if you spray bleach on mold, it can put all the spores in the air in the process of killing them, which is bad to inhale. So yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have to research that. So if you have any advice for cleaning out some moldy, mildewy stuff that's growing in the bilge, fortunately it's only right there. I looked kind of in the cabinets and in the aft cabin, bilge area, all of that's growth free. It's just right in there. Love to get some advice on how to clean that up, but since my comments are disabled, shoot me an email, wintytrawler@gmail.com, or yeah, actually that's the one and only. Thanks.